I have chosen a revolution in small packages angle. The story focuses on the historical significance of the British subcompact car, a design born out of necessity during a fuel crisis that eventually became a global cultural icon. The narration emphasizes the philosophy of form following function and the emotional bond formed when we save a piece of history from the scrap heap. There is a peculiar kind of heartbreak in seeing a legend surrendered to the elements. For decades, this silhouette defined an era of ingenuity, but here it sits as a skeletal remains of iron oxide and forgotten dreams. It's hard to imagine that this rusted shell was once the pinnacle of efficient urban design. To understand a car like this, you have to go back to the late 1950s. Born from the pressure of the Suez fuel crisis, these vehicles weren't designed for luxury. They were a radical solution to a world running out of gas. The goal was simple: provide the most interior space possible within the smallest footprint imaginable. 00:36. It was a masterclass in industrial packaging. By turning the engine sideways and pushing the wheels to the absolute corners, designers created a magic box that could carry a family while sipping fuel. This wasn't just a car, it was a revolution that proved small could be stylish, capable, and incredibly fun. But as the years pass, thin steel meets moisture, and the battle against decay begins. Restoring an icon like this requires more than just tools. It requires a stubborn refusal to let the past disappear. Every patch of new metal welded into the floorboards is a promise kept to the original engineers. Today, these machines are more than transportation. They are cultural touchstones. They represent a time when craftsmanship was accessible and design was daring. When you look at that fresh coat of white paint, you aren't just seeing a car. You're seeing the restoration of an identity. Inside. The minimalist dashboard and tactile switches remind us of a time before screens dominated our lives. There is a raw, mechanical honesty here. Whether you're rebuilding the engine or stretching the headliner, you're connecting with a lineage of drivers who valued personality over horsepower. If this car were sitting in your driveway, would you see a burden or a masterpiece waiting to happen? In a world of disposable goods, saving something this iconic is an act of defiance. It's a reminder that with enough patience, even the most forgotten relics can find their way back to the open road. The real question is, if you had the keys, where would your first journey begin?